In the previous demonstration, we observed the painting of the color red. After completing each of the single color meditations, you should have a total of 6 paintings, 1 for each color. Let's refresh our memories of those experiences by briefly observing these colors once more. Crimson red, vermilion, gold, lemon yellow, Prussian blue, ultramarine. Why paint with wet-on-wet watercolors? To answer this question, we must ask, do the colors have an impact on us in some way? Do they exist only within the material world, or do their qualities, moods, or gestures affect our inner life, the part of us that remains unseen to the naked eye? If we imagine color in its beingness, like a free associated mood or quality, then it can be viewed as being unattached to any recognizable object within the physical world. This is like sensing the mood of a particular person or observing the quality of a particular rainy day. When watercolors are in liquid form, they are closest to this state of beingness, or we could say their existence within the spiritual world. When paint from a tube lands on dry paper, it doesn't go anywhere without the movement of the brush. Yes, we can control it more easily, but it is static and only hard edges are formed. Hard edges are not a bad thing, but we need to develop our sense for those separately. When liquid watercolor meets the water on the soaked paper, it has life, movement, and a gesture that goes beyond the touch of the brush. It is as close as we can get to experiencing the existence of color within the spiritual world. What are 2 color paintings about? They're about relationships. We're all experts at those, right? The challenge with relationships lies in learning and then relearning how to keep them fresh and alive. How do we do something many times over, breathing new life into it each time? How do we expand our perception of someone or something without getting locked into naming a concept too quickly? In the younger grades, especially 1st and 2nd, it can be difficult to trust in the profundity of these seemingly simple exercises using 1 to 2 colors and sometimes 3. It is helpful to remember that young children are masters of abstract art. Although it can be a real challenge to save recognizable form for 3rd grade, it is definitely worth the wait. Trust that we are continuing to educate the children and ourselves through these seemingly simple exercises. Learn to quiet the voice that says, this needs to look good or needs to look like something. Turn your attention towards bringing a reverent mood from setup to cleanup. Establish a routine that you and the children can rely on, ideally painting once each week. Allow the key elements from the main lesson stories to be the guiding words for each color journey. Think of these color journeys as the self traversing across an inner landscape. Now, back to relationships and on a practical level, how do we bring the colors together? There are countless ways, but by using just blue and yellow, I have demonstrated a few variations. What is it like to have one color on the inside and one on the outside? Do I paint one first on the outside and the next time on the inside? Do they blend together or do they meet at the edges? Do two colors come together and make a third? From top to bottom, vice versa, or side to side? Do the colors just freely move around the page, dancing and intermingling with one another? Do both colors consume each other and completely transform into a third? You could easily have many months' worth of lessons working in this way. Allow the changing of the seasons, the festival celebrations, and the stories from the main lesson to inform your work, entering into the mood or quality of these through color. Most importantly, just practice bringing the colors into relationship with one another. You can even imagine them as the different personalities of your students, meeting and working together each day. Did two children only sit side by side one another, or did something take place between them within their work and their play?